Monday, November 2nd, and I couldn't be more excited to be in America. We are writing history as we speak. It is one day before the election, and you can feel it out in the streets. Democracy is being suppressed all around the country. Now, I know what you're all thinking. Liana, did you spend October curled up under your desk crying your eyes out? And no, how dare you? I spent October doing a lot of inner work, okay? Crawled up in bed crying my eyes out. But, this was a symbolic gesture, me rising up again, as I hope this country will too. Okay, who am I kidding? I was on my knees because I had to pick up a chocolate, this piece of chocolate from the floor. And yes, I'm going to eat it, okay? Sue me. Actually, please don't. I know how litigation crazy America is, and Trump has appointed over 200 federal judges. So I'd rather not take my chances, thank you very much. Oh, I mean, I saw the trial of Chicago 7, okay? If you want to have a taste of the upcoming Supreme Court hearings, aka watch a judge who has already reached a verdict long before the trial has even begun, just watch Frank Langella, you guys. I mean, then maybe, just maybe, you're going to be able to realize why Amy Coney Barrett was appointed on the Supreme Court. It wasn't despite her bias, it was precisely because of it. And then maybe, hopefully, you're going to stop obsessing and harboring all this pain and frustration over the mockery and hypocrisy of this unethical and infuriating nomination process and hearings and confirmation, and maybe you're going to be able to manage to let go of the feelings which no longer serve you. Marianne Williamson, that's my calming mantra, you guys. Love over fear. Love over fear. I just peed myself. Anyway, at least I'm relieved physically, if not emotionally. Oh, by the way, that reminds me, Ryan, buddy, you owe me money. Remember back when I used to say that Mitch McConnell is literally rotten, and you were like, oh, don't you mean figuratively? And I was like, no, I mean literally and figuratively. Well, pay up. Ooh, which also reminds me, before I forget, I need to put $1 in my movie jar. You see, a long time ago I made this stupid, actually I made a stupid vow to myself to no longer watch any movies that don't pass the Bechdel test. Radical feminist alert. I bet she's still single. And yes, she is, okay? But anyway, now every time I break my vow, I have to put $1 in the jar and then donate it to Time's Up. I mean, I don't know why such an amazing screenwriter as Aaron Sorkin chooses not to pass the Bechdel test when a non-fully scripted movie like Borat 2 manages to pass it. By the way, Sacha Baron Cohen, you're a freaking genius, I love you. Everybody watch Borat if you haven't. But more money for Time's Up, just in the jar. Now I know, jokes aside, I know it's not Sorkin's fault that women have been excluded from the narrative, positions of power, the entertainment industry. I mean, it's not his fault. Whose fault is it? I don't know. Maybe it's us, the feminists. We see patriarchy everywhere. Patriarchy. Oh my god, patriarchy. What is it? I see it. Patriarchy. It's everywhere. By the way, now that I said feminist, I'm just gonna put this out there, and I know it's a long shot, but if there are any single men who reside in LA, who identify as feminists, and they have been quarantining since March, and they are dreading, watching the election outcome by themselves, because it might take a few weeks for us to know what's gonna happen, and who knows if Trump is gonna even accept the outcome if he loses. If there is such a feminist, single, immigrant-friendly man in LA who also happens to be a great hugger, friend, feel free to DM me and reach out on social media, and let's get COVID tested and hug it out together. it being the fate of democracy or even humanity, depending on the outcome. Because I haven't hugged anyone in over a year, and I'm like this close to cutting off my own arm just so I have the illusion that there's someone else hugging me. Okay, I mean, I would do it because apparently I'm a crazy emotional woman who runs higher on hormones. But I know that probably in a month's time I will no longer have health insurance because the Supreme Court is gonna repeal Obamacare. So I don't want to end up, with the pre-existing condition of the crazy one-armed lady, who has so many emotions. Is your time of the month every single day? No, it's the fact that Trump and his GOP have been gaslighting us for years, and it has been exhausting trying to maintain my sanity as well as a basic level of joy and gratitude while reminding me that this is not normal and I should never accept it as such. So yes, I admit it, the only reason I'm doing this episode is to find a platonish election body so that we can go through the apocalypse together, okay? And also to publicly say to all eligible voters to please, please, please vote if you haven't done so already. I know, the irony is clear to me. I just turned into my mom. 2 years ago I went home for Christmas and she waited until the very last day. Actually, not last day, I was at the door on my way to the airport when she told me, don't forget to eat. And also, please, please, please consider freezing your eggs. And it's like, Mom, I'm obviously gonna eat and I probably won't freeze my eggs. So that's me being my mom, guilty. I waited until the very last minute to ask you to vote when you have already made up your mind who you're gonna vote for if you're voting. But I really couldn't not put something out today. The truth is I should have used my voice more in October. It has been a crazy month. I have many excuses and I also have a few good reasons. But ultimately it comes down to me. But I try to not let that dominate my life. Segue. Who would have thought that I would have Trump to thank for my new life philosophy? Which is a segue to our next segment, things you shouldn't let dominate your life. Well, Trump rushed a new Supreme Court justice appointment that highly threatens women's rights, healthcare, and all the progressive policies that have been established during the last few decades in a shameless effort to steal the election. But don't let that dominate your life. He encouraged extreme right-wing groups like Proud Boys to intimidate voters. In fact, a caravan of Trump supporters proudly tried to take off the road a Biden campaign bus, but don't let that dominate your life. And Trump didn't even condemn them, same way he didn't condemn those who plotted to kidnap Governor Gretchen Whitmer of Michigan. But hey, don't let that dominate your life. Trump is threatening not to accept the outcome of the election, spreading lies about mail voter fraud, while the GOP doubles down on election tampering. But hey, don't let that dominate your life. In California, the GOP has installed illegal drop-off ballot boxes and is even refusing to remove them because it's not written anywhere that that's illegal. But don't let that dominate your life. Texas Republicans have asked a federal judge to throw out over 117,000 ballots in a densely Democratic area. Minnesota and other key states in Pennsylvania, Republicans are asking their officials to not count any ballots that arrive after Tuesday, even if they were cast way ahead in time. But don't let that dominate your life. Trump himself said he's going to send lawyers in Pennsylvania or other states if the results are unfair to him. Which means that my taxpayers' money is going to be used for the lawyers, to pay for lawyers to help Trump steal the election. Same way that my taxpayers' money was used in a defamation lawsuit, the one by Eugene Carroll against Trump because he's denying that he raped her, allegedly. But don't let that dominate your life. The fact that the president has at least 26 allegations of sexual misconduct, including rape, I'm not gonna let that dominate my life. Let's get back to taxes, you guys, not rape. Nobody wants to talk about rate. Let's talk about the fact that Trump is in debt for what, like over $450 million, and he's the president, but don't let that dominate your life. I mean, let's go to other billionaires who live in America who have, their wealth has increased over the last few months, while millions of other people have lost their jobs and hundreds of thousands have lost their lives during COVID, and billionaires also don't pay taxes, but don't let that dominate your life. Police brutality, racial injustice, systemic racism is a thing, but still white people think they're the ones who are being oppressed. But don't let that dominate your life, you minorities, that, you're being the ones who are a threat. And also, apparently, Melania hates Christmas. Actually, that last bit, I would never let that dominate my life. I mean, the fact that, democracy might be coming to an end, and I haven't seen my nephews in almost 2 years, and next time I see them, which I don't know when that's gonna be, they're probably gonna be too big for me to even pick them up. So yeah, you never know when you're gonna hug someone for the last time, when the last day of you being able to stay in America as an immigrant is gonna be, or when is the last day you're gonna even enjoy your first right amendment. But hey, don't let that dominate your life. Now, I had a lot of jokes and sketch ideas in October, but I felt broken and somewhat defeated, and I missed my chance to raise my voice. Tomorrow is the last day that you can vote. If you're an eligible voter, please don't miss your chance to show up and cast your ballot, even if it is at the last minute. I'm sorry that you have to wait for an insane amount of hours. It shouldn't be so, but please do vote. You might regret it if you don't. Now, until next time, please take care of yourselves and each other. And please know, dear America, that no matter how broken I am, I do love you. And I also hope that tomorrow you all vote for love.